This is the second video on place value, and in this video we're going to be talking about TEAC 3.2b. This is where we compare and order whole numbers up to 100,000 and represent those comparisons with symbols. Alright, so let's start with just comparing two numbers. So 2,492 and 2,486. As I said in the first video on place value, anytime you have a place value question, whether it's comparing and ordering numbers, trying to find the place, the value, doing expanded form, expanded notation, the strategy students need to use is a place value chart. So I would recommend creating the place value chart for these numbers. Both of them go up to the thousands place, and you're going to put them in a place value chart. Then what I used to do with my students is we would take tickets or a sticky note, post-it note, whatever, and we went and looked at the largest place that both numbers had in common. So I have a 2 and a 2. So at this point I do not know which one's larger. So we push it over. We have a 24 and 24. I still don't know which one's larger. Push it over again. I have 248 and 249. I know 9 is larger, so I usually had my kids circle that. And then they would have to write the two comparison statements. So 2,492 is greater than 2,486, or 2,486 is less than 2,492. Because my answer is going to be one of these options. Okay, whether it's on a standardized test or whether it's on a paper, it's going to be one of those options. Remember, with the symbols, do not allow students to use alligator, Pac-Man, anything like that. We want students to be able to recognize these symbols and use their correct mathematical name. Now, if students have a hard time determining which symbol to use, there are a couple things you can do. You can use the 2 dot, 1 dot method. 2,492 was larger, so we put 2 dots next to that number, and we put 1 dot next to the smaller number to create our symbol. I also want you to think about a number line. This numbers on a number line get smaller when we go to the left, so this represents less than. Numbers get larger on a number line when we go to the right, so this means greater than. Okay? So think about those two things. Those two will help students to think about and understand which symbol it is that they need to use. All right, so our strategy for greatest to least, least to greatest is the exact same thing. So let's pretend that we have these numbers. Okay, let's pretend that we have these numbers in a problem, and they ask us to order them from greatest to least. First thing I have my students do is to put the G to L or the L to G, so that they understand beside the problem which one they are doing. Then they create their place value chart. The highest place I have here is the 10,000, so we only have to create our chart to the 10,000s place. Then I'm going to bring these numbers down. Okay, his line's down. Then I'm just going to start from the top, and I'm going to fill in my place value chart with the numbers I need to order. Some teachers I talk to say that they make the kids write the numbers backwards or the digits backwards, so 8, 4, 6, 4, 2, so that they line them up correctly. It's up to you. If all the numbers start in the same place, then I usually didn't have kids worry about it, but sometimes we did them backwards. That was one of the strategies we used if we weren't sure we're going to be able to put them in the correct places. All right, now that I have them in the correct places, I'm looking for greatest to least. So we still use our sticky note process. All of our numbers are in the 10,000s place. So 2, 2, 2, 2. Can't tell which 2 is larger, right? They all have the same value, so we scoot over. 23, 23, 24, 24. Can I tell which number is larger yet? No. 234, 234, 248, 246. What is the largest number? It's 248. So I always had my kids circle that. So when they pulled their sticky note away, they knew what digit to write first, or what number to write first. So 24,864. And then I have them cross it out because they don't need to use it anymore. It's the largest number. Then we use our sticky note trick again. And we continue to move down, and now I can see here the 4 is larger than the 3s. Circle it, and then I take the sticky off, or whatever I'm using, index card, doesn't really matter. Then I cross that off. So then I just have 23, 23, 234, 234. Oh, the 8's larger than the 6, so I circle it. And now there's only one left, so I write that one down. Then before I leave the problem, I need to check that I did the right order, greatest to least or least to greatest. This is where kids make the most mistakes. They do the wrong order. So I make them check it. So we say 2, 4, 2, 4, 248. 246. 248 is greater than 246. 246 is greater than 234. 234, is it greater than 234? No. So is 2,348 larger than 2,346? Yes. So I did the correct order of greatest to least. I want to caution you against I recommend students pull out these digits instead of you putting numbers behind here like this. The reason being is kids get confused. Their handwriting is not the best. And so since they're using pencil, these tend to blend into the numbers and they become the extra digit. So I do not recommend having them just numbering off to the side. Actually have them write out the order, check it, and then they can compare this to the actual answer choices in the problem. Okay? All right, I think that's it for comparing and ordering numbers. Take a look at your instructional talk page, the teaching progression, and let me know if you have any questions.